everyone, and welcome to my Nook. My name is Mara, and today we are talking about a book that had me checking my locks before bed. We are diving into the absolute viral sensation, Haunting Adeline by H.D. Carlton. Now, I will be keeping this review spoiler-free because honestly, the mystery of the first half of the book, it's a vibe. So let's jump in, get a cup of coffee, and maybe turn on a few lights. Before we get into the plot, can we talk about the vibe? It feels like a rainy night in a house that's way too big. It has that gritty, analog 90s thriller type of vibe with high-end gothic horror. Now, I think the setup is more complex than people think. So the first is Adeline Riley, who is a successful author. We love a girl boss. So she moves into her late grandmother's estate looking for peace so she could write her new book. But instead, finds a stalker who is obsessed with her so he can make her his. Now the second plot. Adeline, she finds her late grandmother's old diaries from decades ago, when she was still alive, obviously, and she's trying to solve the mysteries of this book while she has a stalker, but I don't want to go too much into it because I don't want you to get spoiled. So I guess you'll have to see for yourself. Now, the characters. She isn't a damsel in distress. She's sharp, witty, and a little dark herself. But the dynamic works. Then we have the MMC. He is a lot. So he knows he's a bad guy, but he doesn't think he's a bad guy at the same time. He honestly thinks he's a necessary guy. You'll know what I mean. So remember, this is a dark romance book, so before you buy it, just know that there are a lot of trigger warnings. Now my job is to review it, but your job is to take care of your mental health. There are moments when you're reading this book and you're like, why am I rooting for this guy? But that's the magic of this book because you're contemplating and you're thinking about your moral compass. This is a red flag romance, but when you're reading a book, a red flag romance is like a party. It's not romantic per se, I mean sometimes it is, but it's more psychological. It's really a power struggle. You're spending the book wondering, is she going to break him or is he going to break her? Now let's put the book down and talk about what everyone wants to know. The spice. Now spice feels like too small of a word for me. I would say it's more like a 5-alarm fire. The chemistry is explosive, it's dirty, it's crazy, and there's a point in the book where my husband brings this up all the time because he likes to screw with me about it, but if you know, you know. So I would give the spice probably like a 4.5 out of 5. It's a lot. So if you're still on the fence about getting this book, here's a checklist for you. Do you like gothic mysteries? Do you like morally black MMCs who would burn down the world for her? And can you handle intense graphic scenes? Because there is a lot in there. If you say yes, then go get it. And if you are looking for a regular romance book, you will not find it here. So, I don't know if I said this already, but plot, I will give about 4.5. The second book, that plot is plotting. The first book, it's still plotting, but it leads up to the second book. And overall, I'll give this whole book a 5 out of 5. Now, that's my personal rating. I read this in 2022, 2023. It was my first ever dark romance book, and I loved it. So it does have a special place in my heart. So that is all for now, and thank you for spending time with me in my Nook. So if you read this book, let me know your I can't believe this happened down in the comments. But remember, keep it spoiler free so anyone else who wants to read it can find out the mysteries and have a good time. So like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.